please. We do have guest speakers today, Lois Saracini and Dee. They're here to do a talk on preparing for your move. Most of us eventually will probably need to live in another location, anyway, so they've got some tips for us on that. So if you could please give Lois and Dee your attention. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for having us. We are owners of the Pack Women, and we'd like to give you some hints and tips on how to prepare your move. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, I do not have this beautiful presentation that I spent hours on. So, we'll just have to wing it. The point today is it's never too soon to prepare for your move. You really need to start, if you're gonna sell your home, and most of us are at the age where if we're gonna sell our home, we're gonna downsize, right? We are not gonna go bigger, we're gonna go smaller. And if you're like me, if you've been in your home for a really long time, you've collected a lot over the years. So once you make the decision to move, that's the time to start preparing for your move. Because you're going to need to stage your home. You need to remove and pack your personal items. You've got that wall going up the steps with all the family pictures. They need to go. The person buying your house is going to want to look at your home like it's their home. You want to make sure that you mark your boxes as to where they go when you're packing. Minimize your knickknacks and your little tchotchkes all over the house. Pack those up as early as possible. Remove any furniture pieces, like you've got some accent tables that make it difficult to get through the rooms. We'll take care of that. Or any pieces that are worn, you might want that you were thinking about getting rid of. Now's the time. If you can't do this yourself, ask your realtor to help you. They should be able to help you with what you should get out of your rooms in order to stage your home, or they could recommend a stager if you need to go that. Most of us don't need to do that. You're going to want to begin, if you have a garage, that would be the place to start when you're packing your house. Because if you can get your garage cleaned out, then you can move your boxes that you've packed out of the house and into an area where they won't be in the way of anybody that's looking at your home when they come in to make an offer, hopefully. Pack what you're taking. Bag or box what you're donating. Bag or box what you're selling. And anything that needs to go trash-wise, trash it immediately. Okay? And you're going to go through this pack, pack, donate, sell, through every room in your house. So it's going to be the same thing. I'm not going to repeat myself as we go through. And I have a really cute little pink trash can on here that you can't see. Then go to the least used rooms next. You want to go to your guest bedrooms. Those closets can be empty. Most of the time, it's just us in the house. Then your attics and your storage spaces, clean those out. And again, this is all before we're getting ready to list the home, so get some of that done right from the get-go. Your dining room, we don't use our dining rooms that often if we have one. The sunroom, especially if it's in the winter, you're not going to be using that. Your patio, anything you can get off your patio or out of your shed. And again, once these spaces are done, you could store boxes there in the closets that you've emptied, in the bedrooms, etc., etc. And then you want to tackle those closets. Isn't that fun? How many of us need to tackle our closets? Really? What hasn't been worn in a while? What doesn't fit? What's out of style? What's from the last century? Yeah, I had some of those 80 rockin' dresses in my closet, What you wore as a bridesmaid 30 years ago. Get rid of what is in need of repair or soiled, torn, anything like that. If you're not going to wear it, donate it, sell it, or toss it. And when you're moving your clothes, I like to take the trash bags and bring it up over the hangers, tie it up, put them right back in the closet if I'm packing them, and then when they out with the movers, they go. So you just tie the trash bags, and then you can reuse them. So keep and bag up those out of season clothes, handbags, shoes, move them. It's a shame you can't see this because this is a really cool way to move jewelry. A lot of us have jewelry, but I can describe it to you. Remember the pant hangers that you can put the 5 or 6 pairs of pants on, and then they lock on this, each one locks in? Well, I did that. I did all my rings on the top one, then I did a couple rows of bracelets, and I did a couple rows of necklaces, put them in a bag, and put them in the car and moved them. And it's so easy, and you don't get everything all tangled up and a mess. So that was my cool trick for the day. And I would go to my kitchen next. You're going to cook probably until you move. However, are you using that George Foreman grill anymore? No, me either. Mine went out in the last garage sale. The bread maker, that crab pot can be packed if it's in the winter, you're not cooking crabs. Any extra dishes, pots, pans, utensils, cutlery. I have about 4 whisks. Why I need 4 whisks, I don't know, but I have them. And they just seem to accumulate and mate in the drawers. Clean out that pantry. Check your expiration dates. My kids would not get anything out of my pantry because I used to travel for a living. I bought food. That didn't mean I cooked food. So they would go through, Mom, this expired like 2 years ago. Clunk.
Still good.
Yeah, I know. It might still be good, but if you aren't going to use it, toss it. And pack up the extras that might be in there, like your cookie sheets, that you only use at Christmas time, that sort of thing.
Is it better to show your house furnished or unfurnished?
Furnished. You need to have some furniture in there, you just don't want to have a lot of it. Yeah. Empty houses are difficult to sell because people can't imagine what the furniture would look like in there. Yeah. Your bathrooms are going to need work too. Check your drugs for expiration dates and take them over to the police station when they have those little drives where you can get rid of your drugs or flush them or whatever you can do with them.
Can't flush them.
Can't flush them, okay. Just take them to the police station. Anything old in your cabinets, like old bandages and things that have been open for a while, other supplies that you really, the peroxide's been in there forever, and it probably has an expiration date, that sort of thing. I went through my bathroom linen closet, my hall linen closet, and I'm ashamed to say, I donated 37 towels. How many towels do 2 people need? And they, I brought them up to, there's a dog grooming place on 54 that brings things, collects things for Paul's for tomorrow. So all my old towels, old comforters, old sheets, I donated to the dogs and cats. Like same thing with the sheets. How many sets of sheets do you really need? You take one off, you wash it, you put one on. So you only need a couple. You don't need 10, like I might have thought I needed. Bathroom and hair products that you don't use anymore. Those half open, you liked it when you bought it, but you don't like it anymore. Doesn't do what you need it to do for your hair. You can toss them or you can donate them to a shelter. At least they'll get some good use out of those kind of products. Toss or wash your bathroom rugs if they're if they're getting kind of old and raggy looking. Just get rid of them. So now somebody made an offer and your house is sold. So now you can pretty much pack anything you want. You need to schedule your mover, get your friends and family in to help you finish your packing, because now you don't have much time. You might have 30 to 45 days. You really need to get it done. Plan a yard sale if you can, or a house sale if you have a whole lot and you're selling some furniture as well. About 2 weeks prior to your settlement date, so that you can make sure that everything is out of there, that you need out of there. Don't forget places like Axe. They will come pick up. You don't have to bring your items to them, particularly furniture. If you have a nice big load, just call them and they'll come and get it. They're really good about that. Continue to pack what is left that you won't need until you move. Buy some paper plates, buy some plastic cutlery, make sure you have your takeout menus handy for those last couple of days, and so you have last minute meals. I'm a pro at this. I've moved quite a few times. Because now your job the day you move is to direct your movers.
He said you should have paid your rent.
Very good, you're quick.
That too.
All right, again, recruit your friends or hire someone to help you. Unpack if you can't physically do it once you're in the house. But you know you're going in, you can take your time. It's coming out that you have more of a problem. Use this time to continue to purge. The first time you put it in a box, you might have thought you wanted to keep it. Now when you take it out of the box, where are you going to put it? So continue to downsize. Remember that if you're not sure where to put something, you can always change it later. And relax. Once you're done, go spend a couple hours over here knitting or playing bingo, or go to the beach. And that's all I have for you today, unless anybody has any questions for me.
The only thing is, you'll find things that you lost 18 years.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You just have to, when you're moving, you have a lot of personal memories. And that's what people find the hardest. I want to keep this. My son made it in 2nd grade. You know what you do with that stuff? You put it in a box and give it to your son.
Oh.
You want, do you want it? Mom's got to downsize. Let them make the decision. Any other questions? I went rather quickly because I didn't have the slides to
Did a good job.
show. Well, thank you, Andy. Everybody ready to move now?
I'm afraid to go in the attic. That body's up there.
Thank you for your time, everybody. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you around.
Good.